All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. Ooh, baby. It's showtime like Kareem Lakers. I make a masterpiece, scene basic. No Meek Millie, but I'm dream chasing. Took the shortcut like Anita Baker. I want the bright lights that you see in Vegas. I need a big house with like 3 basements. Drop an M on the whip, think I'm speed racing. Don't know if it's the Transformer or the Green Ranger. My nigga Mac got the beat banging. Young nigga selling crack as a teenager. Had fiends playing baseball out here free basing. Had me showing off the rings like a Freemason. My mama gone, but I keep pacing. Trying to keep it all together like I need braces. Family calling when they need favors. When I was broke, they was acting like complete strangers. All my life I had to be patient. Like Meek Millie, I was dream chasing. Finger to the law when I see haters. Oh, the feeling when you tell your niggas we made it. Ooh, baby.
Yo, what's good? What's good? What's good, man? CamJNetwork back with the first episode of Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundup, man, where I'm gonna be giving up a roundup of all the hot topics all in one video, man, for everybody, man. This is something that I plan to do the last couple of weeks, and I'm like, all right, let's go ahead and finally get this and put it together, man, for sure. But we definitely here live and direct, and we will be doing this traditionally throughout the week, every week. You know what I'm saying? So we're gonna be staying consistent. So make sure everybody hit that like button, man, for sure. Watching this video, and make sure you subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed, man. We definitely working, man. We definitely working, man. And remember, we live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. Every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. Eastern time. We live and direct, man, for Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Wednesdays. And of course, we will be live Sunday afternoon at 12 p.m. Eastern time for the Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundtable show, man, where we're going to be recapping the Atuma versus White fight card. And, man, there's a lot to fucking go over on that, dog. Moses Atuma, definitely the goods, man. But we definitely going to get into it and talk about it tomorrow, 12 p.m. Eastern time in the afternoon, Sunday afternoon, man. So make sure y'all tune in for the Roundtable show, man. Don't miss it for sure. But let's get to the business at hand with this video right here, man. And let me get me some background music real quick. You know what I'm saying? My shit. Okay, so let's get it going. All right. So first topic I got. Let's start here. So right here in a recent interview with Jose Benavidez Sr., he said he wouldn't be surprised if David Benavidez ended up fighting Arthur Beterbiev instead of Yardy on November 22nd. He said, I hope everything is okay with Anthony Yardy, but don't be surprised if something happens to him and we go with Beterbiev. I think it would be a fight that people would be more interested in, and I don't know why, but I've been thinking about that. And this is from Firstable Box right here. The credit from my guys Mo Box and Mo Problems, and right here adding context to this situation right here. You remember David Benavidez? He's in a recent interview recently, And he said, right now I'm in a position where my opportunity is in the form of a freaking Russian monster. So I can't say no if they offer me to fight. I can't say no. Which is absolutely, of course, David Benavidez, he ain't backing down for no smoke. You know what I'm saying? He want to fight all them guys at 175. That's top. Beterbiev, Bivol, both of them guys. And he's doing whatever it takes to do so. And you got this right here with Turkey Al Sheik on Ring Magazine. He goes and announces and comes out and squashes the rumors of David Benavidez and Artur Beterbiev. He said, he said that maybe next year. That's pretty much what he's saying. Maybe next year. But he's not looking at it for us in particular for us this fight card. But just think about the fight card in particular, though. Just to add context a little bit more to the situation, like say Yardy was to go down, y'all ain't what you gonna do? It would only make sense to add Beterbiev to fight Benavidez right then and there. You know what I mean? Like that's good matchmaking right there. You know what I mean? It makes sense to make that happen if something was to so happen to Anthony Yardy in this case. In reality, they should have been having the motherfuckers fight it anyway. They could have had Yardy fight Nicholson and had Beterbiev fight Benavidez. Instead of having them on the same card fighting different guys, trying to build up a possible fight for next year for these guys, in case Bivol ends up fighting Michael Eifert per se. You know what I mean? So in general, it's definitely something to look at going into November 22nd. If Yardy, I didn't hear any reports about Yardy's health or anything recent timing, but I guess it's something had to happen for Jose Benavidez Sr. to make that statement in his recent interview that he got. So definitely we're gonna stay close to that situation with David Benavidez and Anthony Yardy, and if it has to be a possible change with Beterbiev moving up and fighting for Benavidez if something was to happen to Yardy per se. So we can go ahead and move along to the next topic that I have right here. And it's this guy right here, Mr. Floyd Schofield, Kid Austin, man, set to return in a headliner in November on the Zone. Got word from that from my guys from Brunch Boxing. My guys, salute to them over there. And interesting to see like who Kid Austin's going to fight. It was rumors that they were talking Lucas Body possibly, but Lucas Body, he has a fight coming up this next month in September. So it's definitely not going to be him. And just looking at the WBA rankings, you're looking at the rankings right now, of course, Tank's the champion. And of course, Floyd is Kid Austin. He's number 1 in the WBA. Andy Cruz is number 2. We know that fight's not going to happen in particular. We know Andy Cruz is kind of looking at Raymond Muratalla in a sense, but ain't no word on that fight in particular right now. And no, I will say this. No, I asked this question to my brother, man, L Dub Boxing, man, my brother, and he was like, man, I think it'll be this guy. L Dub, he said, Fredemil Macayo, 19-1, 15 knockouts. And L Dub, he brought this name to my attention, and I'm like, man, I like this fight. This is a decent little fight. If you look at his, resume, he been stopping shit in his last few fights, man. So this is a solid little fight for Kid Austin right here. You know what I'm saying? So look forward to that possibly. Salute to my brother L Dub on that. And then L Dub mentioned this name as well for me to mention to y'all. Gabriel Flores. Gabe Flores at 27-2, 8 knockouts. Both of these guys, Macayo and Flores, both of them are independent, so it shouldn't be shit for Golden Boy to offer these guys up and try to make some shake for Kid Austin, especially if he gonna headline it November for sure. And I'm definitely intrigued with it, man, for Kid Austin on his comeback, man. Definitely looked good in this last fight versus Tevin Farmer. You know what I'm saying? Getting that first round knockout. And definitely, definitely waiting to see him come back for sure, man. I'm definitely interested in him, man, for sure. So we can move to the next topic right here. So we got Sebastian Fundora right here versus Keith Thurman, of course, October 25th in Las Vegas on Prime Video pay-per-view, of course. And I got another gem to drop on you that my brother L Dub then dropped on me to drop on y'all. And newsflash. Jesus Ramos Jr. is set to face Shane Mosley Jr. at the 160-pound division for the WBC interim strap on October 25th on the Fundor Thurman undercard right here. Now, this is definitely huge right here for Jesus Ramos, man. I know in recent time, man, I said this guy was big at 154, and I'm like, I don't know how long he gonna, fight at 154, honestly. And of course, his name was floating around with Boots Ennis earlier this week. And we already know Boots Ennis, he's fighting Uzma Lama October 11th in Philly. And now Jesus Ramos, he's set to move up to 160, man, and fight for a WBC interim strap versus Shane Mosley Jr., man. And this is a big fight for Shane Mosley Jr., man. He's put himself in, up in the rankings at 160 and been making his moves and strides in the rankings. And Jesus Ramos, with him campaigning through the WBC sanctioned body, he moves automatically up to 160 and he gets an opportunity at an interim strap for the WBC versus Shane Mosley, man. So definitely a real interesting fight right here, and I can't wait for it, man. This is going to be a good fight on this Fundora Thurman undercard, and I can't wait to see, the rest of the undercard that PBC puts together for this fight in particular. And salute to my brother L Dub on this information right here. So I had to drop little jewels on y'all on that one. You feel me? And we can move forward to the next topic right here. So, news today came out with Serhii Boychuk fighting Brandon Adams in a rematch on the Canelo Bud undercard. And this was a fight that I talked about on my show yesterday. I talked about it. I said that Serhii Boychuk, he was going to be fighting Brandon Adams, and then it officially got announced today. And interesting fight, man. I definitely rock with both of these guys, man. Definitely was a good fight in the first fight, so definitely interested to see this fight on this undercard for Canelo and Bud. And right here, you got Serhii Boychuk right here, man. Working out. You got Resendez, got Terrell Gausha, man. He getting some good work in, man. Getting ready for this fight with Brandon Adams, man. So there goes Serhii Boychuk right there, getting prepared for this fight. And can't wait to see it, man. And let's go ahead and talk about a couple of more guys that's going to be on this undercard for Canelo and Bud Crawford. You got Brian Leon. It was announced that he's going to be on the undercard as well. 8-0, 7 knockouts. So you will see him on the Canelo Bud Crawford undercard. And this guy right here, and this is a name that my brother Elder brought to my attention yesterday as well. Marco Verde, you know what I'm saying, 2-0, 1 knockout. Prospect. He's a guy that's been in camp with Canelo in recent time, and from what I heard, he's giving great work for Canelo in camp right now, saying that he's giving some of the best work for Canelo during Canelo's camp currently right now. So definitely, man, look out for this guy, Marco Verde, right here coming up on the Canelo Bud undercard as well right here, man. And let's get to some real deep dive news right here. So, all right, of course, y'all remember yesterday when the news came out with Virgil Ortiz and Erickson Lubin yesterday. And of course, you got right here Virgil Ortiz. I meant to catch this yesterday, but this was after my show, so I wanted to talk about it here today. So Virgil Ortiz Sr., he says, this isn't true. If it's Lubin who's next, because Xander deadline is still till 5 p.m. today. He's had an offer since Wednesday, I believe. I don't know how Ring Magazine can post this if Xander hasn't completely turned it down. And to add more context to Senior, this guy Southpaws runs boxing. He said Lubin's next. Let Xander get a break. He just fought. Virgil said he can have the break, but he was hooting and hollering about it. Where there it is. And then another guy says y'all trying to play the internet games with Xander, knowing he just fought in late and he just fought in late July. Remind everyone how much time Virgil takes between his fights to fight. He would never have a quick turnaround like this for a major fight. Just say y'all don't like him and move on. Virgil said, so now, since it's for December, what you have to say? he cooked him on it. So apparently they're trying to make this fight with Virgil Ortiz and Xander Zayas for December. And right here, the guy responds said, if it's for December, I love that. And Xander should sign, or I will be on his ass. That's a fair game. If it was in October, that's a bullshit offer. Virgil Senior says, go look on Xander post. He posted Eric's email that he sent today. They offered 50-50 only because he has the belt. If not, it should be 70-30, and he would still make more than he's ever made. So let's go to the post that Virgil Senior's talking about. So here's the post. Xander Zayas right here. He said he tagged Virgil name. He said, this is not a real offer. Stop lying to your fans. The answer is yes. Come meet me in Puerto Rico. So right here, you see with the email, this is an email, alleged email from Eric Gomez from Golden Boy saying, um, excuse me, saying, thanks for your prompt reply. It's a 50-50 split deal. Venue could be in Nevada or California. As for the remaining details, we can work them out. Yes, the zone will put up a fight night advance against a portion of the estimated pay-per-view revenue. What I really need is a confirmation that Xander wants to fight in December 2025. If you can confirm that, we can work on the rest of the details. Eric Gomez, president, Golden Boy Promotions. So you got this right here from Xander posting this email from Eric Gomez right here. And here goes Virgil Ortiz Jr., his response. He said, what exactly so unfavorable about the offer? It's a 50-50 split. You have time to recover and train for December, and it would be in neutral territory. Don't run away now. You've had 3 days to agree, and we haven't heard a thing from your side. So Virgil Ortiz dropping gems right now that the offer for Xander Zayas has been on the table for him for 3 days, and Xander hasn't budged to sign it or even, confirm it or whatsoever. And adding more context to the situation with Virgil Ortiz Jr., he said, if it doesn't happen, it's because he doesn't want it. He had the offer for 3 days. You guys are only hearing about it now because we said something. So you got Virgil Ortiz exposed in this factor right here with Xander Zayas right here having his offer for 3 days. And Xander, you looking at him, just looking at what he posted, it looks like Xander is he wants to fight in Puerto Rico. But if you're looking at the email in particular, like it says Nevada or California. But let's go ahead and add this to context. And this is from Eric Gomez himself. Eric Gomez, here's his tweet. He said, been doing this a long time. I've never had a private email offer posted. Sign of times, I guess, or desperate for an excuse. I know this. If a fighter and a promoter really want to fight, they make it happen. If they don't, they make excuses. Pound team Virgil Ortiz. So let's add this all into context right here, man. So you got the fight right here that Ring Magazine posted talking about Virgil Ortiz, which is, it seems like Virgil Ortiz is relying on Lupin to be a backup plan if they don't make the fight happen with Xander Zayas. That's what it's looking like to me. And we talked about it on the show yesterday pertaining to Erickson Lubin. It's wild with Erickson Lubin because we thought that Erickson Lubin was, going to fight this guy, Bakram, because he's the number one, guy, and he's mandated to fight Bakram right now for the IBF title at 154. But with that whole situation with Lubin and Virgil, Lubin hasn't said much of anything over the past 24 hours on the fight or whatsoever with Bakram or Virgil. And, I got word, from my brother L Dub that he believes Bakram is going to fight Josh Kelly on the Chris Eubank and Conor Benn undercard November 15th. Now, if you look at the rankings, yeah, Josh Kelly, he's a guy at number 3. Of course, you see Jesus Ramos, he's moved up to 160. Of course, Conor Benn is there. He's fighting Chris Eubank Jr. Serhii Boychuk, he's fighting Brandon Adams. So a lot of these guys are busy. Keith Thurman, he has Fundora. Lama, he has Boots. Archer Holmes, he just came off losing to Lubin, so that fight would make sense. Nikita Zoo, he has a fight this month in August. Charles Conwell, he's free. You know what I'm saying? If Charles Conwell would be, a great name for Bakram if, the fight with Josh Kelly don't pull through. But I got a feeling that, my brother L-Dub going to be right about Bakram and Josh Kelly. So I'm going to go with Bakram probably ended up fighting Josh Kelly if Lubin if Lubin don't come back into play. But just going back to the situation with Xander Zayas and Virgil Ortiz, I think right now, Virgil, man, is putting heavy pressure on Xander Zayas, and Xander Zayas is looking like, top rank. You know what they do with their champions after they win the belt? They usually have a fight where they have a hometown fight for the champion, a voluntary fight. And it's looking like that's what Top Rank is looking to do for Xander coming off. Winning this WBO 154-pound title. And it may be to a situation where Mr. Ortiz may have to fight Lubin now. He may have to fight Lubin because if Xander don't take the offer, fighting Virgil Ortiz, then, Lubin is the guy that's, there for Virgil Ortiz. It makes much sense for that fight to happen right there because Lubin, he's in a funk right now that if he don't fight Virgil Ortiz, then he gonna try to scramble back over there to Bakram. But right now, the problem with Bakram and Lubin this week for their fight, nobody don't want to fund the fight. And that's what they're having problems with right now currently. So that's why Lubin is over there fucking with Golden Boy possibly on this Virgil Ortiz fight. But Virgil Ortiz, he's hoping that Xander ends up coming to the table and making this fight and accepting the offer that they have. A 50-50 split, that's Xander. Take that, bro. 50-50 split, and it's a pay-per-view fight, which is, I don't think it should be a pay-per-view fight. That's just my personal opinion. That should not be pay-per-view. They better have a fire-ass undercard, but Golden Boy, they typically don't have no crazy undercards in a lot of their cards when they throw their own events. You know what I'm saying? But 50-50 split for Ortiz and Xander in a title fight for the WBO at 154. Man, lock that in, man. Xander, man, fuck that Puerto Rico shit, bro. Neutral grounds in Las Vegas or California, that is perfect, bro. That is perfect. You know what I'm saying? It makes much sense, man. It's fair game. You know what I'm saying? And Xander, you don't take upon this offer, bro, you gonna look like a duck, bro, and we gonna call it out. That's what it's definitely looking like right now if you don't take this offer. And they had this offer for you yesterday, so we gonna wait and see if Xander eventually takes this offer, this 50-50 split, neutral grounds offer for fighting Virgil Ortiz, defending his WBO strap in his first fight, um, title defense. So interesting factor right there. And let's get to this last topic right here. So, of course, the main topic of the roundup right here. And let me stop the music real quick so we can play this video. You feel me? Let's stop the video and let's play this video for this last topic of the Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundup right here, man. And y'all already know the main topic. Lamont Roach still waiting and capping on the Tank Davis rematch, man. And it's nasty work. Lamont, bro, stop it, bro. That's all I gotta say right now. Stop it. Let's play the video, man.
First off, the rematch, yes, it don't look like it's happening. That's just to put it out there and be transparent with everyone because that's the only question I get 10 times a day, maybe even more. So, that's what it is, and that's what it's looking like. Again, we still haven't heard from his camp, like specifically when it comes to the business. So, it is what it is. As far as my future, man, we moving on. We can't just sit around and drag our feet. But there has been some recent news that his charges got dismissed in Florida.
Well, that's good news. But does that open up the possibility for talks to reopen, champ, or are you gonna move on for the time being and maybe revisit this later? What's the general feeling with you and your camp?
I mean, like I said, we're not going to sit and wait. I think their best bet is to, what I'm saying, try to structure something. If not, we're gonna move forward. We don't have time to be. It's not like we're the cash cow. You know what I'm saying? Like,
But do you think he even wants to fight you?
honestly,
Man, dog, I'm sick of the cat, dog. This man Lamont continues to just lie and lie and lie. And then he says this though on a tweet though after this interview got dropped on Boxing Scene. Coming soon. Lamont, what's coming soon? We know what's coming soon. We know this motherfucking rematch is coming soon. That's what the fuck coming soon. Bro, Lamont, you gotta stop. You keep saying, oh, it's looking like it's not gonna happen. I haven't heard from his team or anything. What I say, Lamont? You still where you at? Far as the mindset of the fight, as far as you thought, like, oh, I don't know if it's gonna happen. I haven't heard from his team, bro. You know what's up, bro. You know they didn't drop y'all rematch fight last week on PBC platform for no reason, bro. For one, you know that. You know they're not dropping content with Tank on PBC socials for nothing. Like if the rematch is not happening, like and literally right here. You seen this? The list of fighters that's back on the fourth quarter for PBC right here. Manny Pacquiao, Tank Davis, David Benavidez, of course, Jamel Charlo, Keith Thurman, Rolly. You got all these names. Tank Davis is on here. You know what I mean? And let me show this video right here of my dog, Ashaki Foster, right here.
Been up to?
Man, I really just been, at first I was getting healthy, trying to get fully healthy, and for the last 3 months, I just been grinding on the back end. Mm-hmm. So my next fight, I'm trying to pop out the right way.
Yeah. Well, when I heard the rumors, I don't know if it's been officially confirmed, but they was talking about you versus Cool Boy Steph. When I heard that, nigga, I was hyped like,
Yeah,
ooh, that's one of them fights.
Yeah.
Shock versus Cool Boy. Can you tell us, well, first, is that real? Is there validity to the news that y'all are fighting?
Oh, yeah. I mean, for sure, it's real.
Okay.
I'm looking forward to it, man. I ain't gonna lie. I feel like this is my most important fight.
I
I'm
agree.
excited for it. You know what I mean? It's on the undercard of one of the biggest fights this year, so I feel like it's my time to shine. It's my opportunity.
And that's the Tank Roach fight.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Would you say is this the biggest name that you had thus far in terms of like, all right, the fight that's gonna get you to the next level?
Facts.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think most definitely. That's kind of the reason why we took the fight. I mean, like it was presented. We had a couple fights presented to us, and you know, when I weighed my options, I was like, all right, that's the one. You know what I mean? Plus, he done said a few things, not towards me, but talking like he just wanted to come take over 130, and I feel offense when anybody say something like that.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like that. So I mean, cause
So there you have it. You got Oshaki Foster right here. And I spoke about this several times pertaining to the rematch that Oshaki Foster versus Stephen Foden is locked in for the undercard of this Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. rematch. And you got Shocky Foster on Cigar Talk. Salute to my brother Najee from Cigar Talk, man. Literally, right here, saying that he's fighting on this Tank Davis versus Lamont Roach Jr. undercard. And you got this man, Lamont Roach, on here talking about, oh, I don't know if the fight's gonna happen. But yeah, his case just got dismissed. His eyes lit up like a motherfucker when he said this case got dismissed. Nigga, cause you know the nigga Tank is available and you know you gonna be fighting this man. Stop fucking capping, bro. Like, come on. Like, this shit is ridiculous to see you do these interviews, bro. It's literally get in front of the camera and just lie and saying, I don't know if this rematch is happening for real. I ain't heard from him. Bro, all you got to do is wait for the date because that's what's going on right now. PBC is trying to get the date together right now. Everything else is going to be in play and ready. You just get ready. Just see you on your Instagram story talk about you back on the road. Where you on back on the road? Yeah, you back on the road to get ready and get your ass back in training camp because it's time for you to get ready for war. Yeah, this rematch ain't gonna be no friendly shit, Lamont. All of the wild shit you done did, you know what I'm saying, after the first fight, filing a petition to get the fight overturned, saying that Tank's scared and shit. You telling the world that you think Tank's scared. Why would he be scared of you, bro, after he fought you in the first fight and it was a draw? You're famous right now because of Tank Davis right now. What other fights you gonna go to and fight? You ain't about to fight Shakur. Shakur ain't fighting till the end of this year, like I said before. What you gonna do? Go back down to 130 and fight at 130? Shit, you up here talking about you want to fight the winner of Devin Haney versus Brian Norman Jr. at 147. Make this make sense. Like, then you talking about you want to fight Gary Anton Russell at 140. And a lot of you motherfucking Tank guys be saying, oh, Tank pulled Lamont Roach up from 130 when this motherfucker want to fight dudes at 140 and 147. You make this make sense. Like, the logic, like, just don't ever make sense for you guys because you guys don't have no logical sense in boxing for real. That's why you lose in debates all the fucking time. Dead ass. I'm just saying in general, with Lamont Roach, he knows the rematch is on the way. He has no damn options. He ain't going no damn where. He ain't about to fight nobody else. He gonna get his biggest bag fighting Tank Davis, and the biggest fight of his life is fighting Tank Davis. Why would he move on to fight anybody else but Tank Davis? If I was a person in line to fight Tank Davis, I'm not going no fucking where. I'm waiting to fight Tank Davis. He's the biggest bag. I don't give a fuck. I'm gonna get ready and boot up and get ready to fight Tank Davis for them M's and get a crazy back end. You know what I mean? Whether I win, lose, or draw. Fuck it. That's how motherfucking fighters should be. They should be chasing Tank Davis, and a lot of fighters ain't chasing Tank Davis. The reason why I say that is because they don't make their actions match their motherfucking words. The call outs don't mean shit to me. Motherfucker, when it come down to sitting at that table and starting to negotiate and talk, some of these fighters, that, you know what I'm saying, that's contemporaries of Tank Davis, they be on hush. They don't mention his name when Tank is available. Tank is available right now. Lamont Roach, you available. Tank's situation with his court case is over with now. So get ready for the fucking rematch, Lamont. Stop fucking capping. Sorry, but not sorry. You still waiting on Tank Davis and you still capping when we know this rematch is on the fucking way. We out of here. Sorry, but not sorry, boxing talk, man. And make sure y'all like the motherfucking video. Subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed. And we live every Wednesday at 6:30 p.m. every Wednesday, man. Make sure y'all there. And we'll be live tomorrow at 12 p.m. afternoon, recapping the Tuma versus White fight card, man, and going over the hottest topics in boxing, man. And you know what this is. This is Cam J. This is the first episode of Sorry But Not Sorry Boxing Talk Roundup, man. And we going to be keeping this shit rolling. So make sure y'all hit the like button and most definitely, subscribe to the channel if you ain't subscribed, man. The cook up was real on this one. We out of here.